Hello, my name is Jack Wilcox. I did my project on the psychoanalytic theory of literary criticism. The main scholar I focused on was Jean Paget. She was in like the 1930s generation. She was a little bit before Freud. I know Freud pretty much gets all the credit for everything, but Paget was she focused on the four stages of like youth development, from the sensory motor stage to the pre-operational stage to the concrete operational stage when you're like 11, 12 years old. She graduated from a university in Switzerland, and she did a lot of good work on the kind of how you develop as a young age and how that affects you getting older. And then obviously you look at the kind of 1960s generation. That's when Sigmund Freud kind of steps in and figures out everything and his ideas from the unconscious mind and how instinctual drives from the unconscious mind from when you were a kid growing up. He presented us with the ideas, Sigmund Freud did, of the id, ego, and superego. From what I remember about that from the psychology course I took back in high school, was like the id is like kind of your worst attributes that you kind of like shove underneath the rug. That's still a part of you, but you don't really present. And then your ego, that's kind of like your neutral state, what you hold yourself to. And then your super ego, which I guess is like when you're really feeling yourself, and I don't know. Super ego is just a step above the ego, but all three of them together are a big part of you and your unconscious mind. And that's kind of the ideologies that Freud presented for us. And I went to some other scholars here around that same generation, Peter Brooks, but I don't really think anyone knows that guy's name or what he really did. But, the main question that I guess gets asked is, like, how does youth development and how you were brought up as a child affect your future adulthood life in ways that you might not even know about, as Freud said. And, I threw in one quote from Freud, actually. It said, it is, where id was, their ego shall be. So, that'll get you thinking about it, what he might mean by that. If anyone wants to tell me what do you think he might mean by that, I'm open to listening. And then I just have my works cited, and that's the last, it's the last of my PowerPoint, so thanks for listening.